So I thought I'd talk about Conor McGregor's very interesting night he had at the Anthony Joshua fight. So Anthony Joshua fought Robert, how do you pronounce his name? Robert Helenius. So he fought him and he beat him by 7th round KO at the O2 in London. And McGregor was in attendance. And oh my god, did he have a big night. So firstly, McGregor, he was just chilling with Ebony Bridges, the blonde bomber. You know, they were just chilling. But then after Anthony Joshua gets his win, McGregor goes into the fucking not the octagon, sorry. I was just talking about the UFC. Goes into the ring and fucking tries to pour his fucking, his fucking drink down fucking Anthony Joshua's face right after he had a fight where he's taken a bunch of damage. You know, he probably wants to have a clear head. He's got McGregor trying to fucking stick his drink down his throat, which is very interesting. Then afterwards, he points at KSI in the fucking on the outside and fucking starts calling him a bitch or a pussy or something like that. And then Anthony Joshua says, "Hey, that's my boy," you know. So McGregor was very interesting with that. Then he says that KSI couldn't box his way. Oh, what did he said something about eggs. Let me look up the direct quote. Something about he's in the ring and he points at. So McGregor said, "I know your man KSI's in the crowd, yeah, and he couldn't box eggs if he worked in an egg boxing factory," McGregor exclaimed. "So he wants to get in here, I'll give him a final bare knuckle." It says McGregor stumbled on his words, if he wants. So that's interesting. I don't know why he's calling him out for bare knuckle of all things, because that definitely won't happen. Jake Paul's going to be fucking punching air, though, because he was the one calling out fucking McGregor for so long, and now McGregor's just randomly calling out KSI, which is, like I say, very interesting, very random, very unexpected to say the least. Yeah, don't think many people were expecting that. Can't say I was. That's not the headlines I was expecting to see. But also he said something very interesting actually before, I forgot to mention. I think it was before, because he was sitting in the crowd. So, what's that guy's name? That Gareth guy. He was interviewing McGregor and he asked when he's going to fight. And McGregor said, December, he said, "I'll be back in December." And the guy asked him who, and he said, Michael Chandler. So that was all mind games McGregor was playing, saying that he wasn't going to fight Michael Chandler. You know how McGregor is. McGregor likes to fuck around with his opponents, you know, mess with them mentally a little bit. But yeah, I think we all knew that the Chandler fight was definitely going to be next. They didn't just do a whole season of The Ultimate Fighter for them not to fight. Or maybe the UFC just told him, "You got to take this." But then he also said, after Chandler, he wants that BMF belt, so he wants Justin Gaethje. And then after that, he said he wants to do the Nate Diaz trilogy. So yeah, that's all interesting. So I guess realistically, do I think they're all going to happen? Maybe we'll definitely get the Chandler fight, I reckon. If he beats Chandler, they'll probably do him versus Gaethje, unless Gaethje, you know, gets the next title shot, which could also happen, which I imagine will happen. I doubt he's going to fucking pass up a title shot to fight Conor McGregor. You know, he's always said that he's not super interested in that Conor fight. The belt's his main ambition at the moment. And then the Nate Diaz trilogy could definitely happen, but I think Diaz is going to take a fight in the meantime. Maybe he'll fight Jake Paul in PFL, but I don't know. I don't know about that fight, if that's going to happen or not. I don't know. Just $10 million deal is a bit, I don't know. I can't imagine the PFL doing something that crazy. I think Jake Paul's definitely going to fight in PFL, but I don't know if it'll be against Nate Diaz. It'd be a bit stupid for him to take that. I'll just take the win against Nate in boxing, but if he does, hey, he's got big balls, I'll give him that. But it's a big risk for him to do that. But hey, more fair play to him if he does it. You know, you got to respect Jake Paul. Jake Paul's not a coward if he does take Nate Diaz in MMA, because like that's a really hard fight for him. But yeah, it seems like McGregor's very ambitious. So he wants Chandler, Gaethje, Nate Diaz, then KSI, I guess, and bare knuckle. I don't know. I don't know what. I guess the beef with KSI's maybe got to do with Dylan Dennis, because Dylan Dennis was meant to fight KSI and they had all that beef. And then now Dylan Dennis is fighting Logan Paul, who's mates with KSI. So maybe it's something to do with that whole Dennis situation. I don't fucking know. Just so random to just randomly see McGregor fucking calling out KSI. Especially when there's that video of them as like fucking playing like UFC together, like fucking 8 years ago. Now McGregor's talking about like bare knuckle boxing him. It's like, what the fuck has happened? I don't know. We're in a weird timeline, but it's an entertaining timeline. I'll give it that. But yeah, what can you do? McGregor's gonna fucking call out random people, I guess. I want to see McGregor and bare knuckle one day, but I don't know if I would rather see McGregor versus like Mike Perry and bare knuckle, not fucking KSI. But hey, if it happens, it happens. That'd be funny. I'd love to see a McGregor KSI press conference. It'd be fucking hilarious, especially like I say, because I remember him just fucking alphaing fucking KSI when they did that fucking UFC thing together. Like, like KSI looked scared of him when they were playing like fucking UFC together. Now I wouldn't say you'd be scared of him because he's boxed and everything and he's trained and everything. But yeah, just what I'll talk about this. I thought it was very interesting. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.